Fairest Isle from Purcell's King Arthur. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our reenactment of the famous Wye Tour. We travel for various purposes: to explore the culture of soils, to view the curiosities of art, and to survey the beauties of nature. And, of course, to learn the manners of men, their different politics and modes of life. The following little work proposes a new object of examining the face of a country by the rules of picturesque beauty. Bless you. Hay fevers, yes. Yes, we're never happy, are we, in Britain? No, it's either too wet or too hot. And we, over this weekend, have been reenacting this Wye Tour that went from Monmouth to Chepstow. We're nearly in Chepstow. We have 2 more shows to do on the route to the end of our journey. And here we are at Tintern. Thank you for coming. The Wye Tour.
The Wye Tour owes its origins to the Reverend John Egerton. He was the rector of Ross on Wye, in the 1740s. He used to entertain his friends by taking them down the River Wye in a pleasure boat. The idea caught on, and by the 1770s the commercial version was becoming established as a 2-day trip. Tourists were taken from Ross to Monmouth, and then the following day from Monmouth to Chepstow.
Late in the 18th century, Britain was on the edge of a Europe in turmoil as the Napoleonic Wars raged. Men and women of means no longer had access to the continent in safety and began to look for alternatives closer to home. As a result, the Wye Tour became increasingly popular. The boats that were used on the Wye had an awning above to protect the occupants from the elements and the sun, but also to cover them as they sketched on the table within, and they wrote poetry and prose, inspired by the wonderful points of interest along the way. They had stopping places for picnics, and it was all provided as part of this package tour. The Wye had everything to inspire the romantic traveller. The scenery, with all its variety, infernal industry, the ruins of Tintern Abbey, castles and cliff tops, and of course further down the valley, the wonderful Piercefield walks.
In 1783, the book that was to become the essential companion was finally published, the Reverend William Gilpin's Observations on the River Wye, relative chiefly to picturesque beauty. Gilpin laid down rules for assessing the picturesque quality of the views encountered on the trip along the river. His extreme ideas were exposed to ridicule by some, but the search for the picturesque scene became an obsession for the growing number of people who followed faithfully in his footsteps. The Wye Tour can be seen as the first package tour, and the lower Wye Valley has been hailed as the birthplace for British tourism. Such was its importance.
Rules of the picturesque. The most perfect river views are composed of 4 grand parts. The area, which is the river itself, the 2 side screens, which are the opposite banks, and the front screen, which points out the winding of the river.
Scene 1 has been done, scene 2 has been done, scene 3 has been done, scene 4 has been done, scene 5, this is scene 6. Where are we? Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 days of rehearsal, this community production is now brought to you. We arrive at Tintern. So the cast appear, the Wye tourists on their boat. Welcome to Tintern.
Start hence with us and trace with raptured eye the wild meanderings of the beauteous Wye.
Start hence with us and trace with raptured eye. Start hence with us and trace with raptured eye.
My good man, so that I could properly address you. This boatman has cajoled me into filling the boat with provisions, not just for myself, but for the entire crew. Travelling by water is shamefully expensive. But this is the River Wye, the Wye River. My good man, but my voyage will surely not make me any the wiser.
We then reached, by a late breakfast hour, the noble ruins of Tintern Abbey. And is esteemed, with its appendages, the most beautiful and picturesque view on the River Wye. Castles and abbeys have different situations. The castle meant for defence stands boldly on the hilltop, but the abbey, intended for meditation, is hid in this sequestered vale. William Gilpin says of Tintern Abbey, though the parts are beautiful, the whole is ill-shaped. A number of gable ends hurt the eye with their regularity, and disgusted by the regularity of its shape. A mallet, judiciously used, might be of service.
A mallet, judiciously used, might be of service indeed. After applying to Mr. Geffin at the Beaufort Arms, who keeps the key, I hastened to this grand and interesting structure, and my mind filled with extreme delight on beholding the west front. A stately window with all its divisions complete was serving as conductors to train the ivy in the most dressy form. Are you sketching this? Yes. And you see the Wye tourists are sketching as they go, writing poetry and prose. May I have a... How are we doing? Oh, that's wonderful, yes. Is that the Abbey? But my pleasure received a distressing interruption. Oh, are you ready?
Yes.
From the numbers of beggars from Tintern. They flock around me, these beggars. Oh, beggars. It beggars belief. And I must acknowledge the little given never went with so ill a grace. Shoo, 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 shoo. Honestly, Tintern hasn't changed at all. Never can I erase from remembrance the sensation I felt on beholding the interior of the Abbey, on opening the western door, and how very far my expectation was exceeded. I felt lost by the elegance of the ruins in their peaceful, sequestered spot, and ornamented by this bounteous land of nature. It was truly picturesque, and it was kept in a state of perfection, equalled by no other desolated pile. A level, close-shorn, grassy surface was giving neatness to the whole. No vestige of its roof was remaining, its walls richly ornamented with shrubs and wreathing ivy, hanging in graceful garlands. I hope you're getting that down. A picnic. The way to enjoy Tintern Abbey properly and at leisure. Oh, there you are.
To bring wine, cold meats, red beer, and spread your table in the ruins. And possibly some Welsh singers might be procured. Oh, yes.
Ah, from Chepstow, you say?
Yes, from Chepstow.
So at Tintern, you could have your picnic while being entertained by some Welsh singers, all the way from Chepstow. A round of applause. The singers from Chepstow need to be paid. Has anyone got any loose change? I don't know. Oh yes, thank you. There we are. Honestly, singers from Chepstow, they're all the same. Trying to get them paid is like getting blood out of a stone. Anyway, yes, moving swiftly along. Hark! I hear anvils.
Guten Morgen. I have seen immense waterfield. Yeah. This field has the power of 80 horses. And the whirling rapidity of its revolutions, the frightful noise when it was first set going, the furnaces around it vomiting fire, the red hot iron, and the half-naked figures brandishing hammers and other ponderous instruments and throwing around the red hissing masses. It all formed an admirable representation of the Vulcan's smithy. season with their unripe fruits are clad in one green hue and lose themselves mid groves and copses. Once again I see these hedgerows, hardly hedgerows, little lines of sportive wood run wild. These pastoral farms, green to the very door, and wreaths of smoke sent up in silence from among the trees. How oft in spirit have I turned to thee, O sylvan Wye, thou wanderer through the woods? How often has my spirit turned to thee?
To join us at St. Albans Village Hall, the next stage of our journey, and this evening we are at the Drill Hall, Chepstow, 7:30. Thank you very much.
Amen.